All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakaf Wadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do well. And salute, man. Much love to you, sincere brothers who push the truth week in and week out, man. Y'all brothers stay strong. We almost home, man. We almost to the kingdom, man. And I love all y'all brothers, man. I love y'all brothers. And yeah, man. I just want to say a little bit on this clash between the Israelis and the so-called Palestinians, man. I want to say or speak on how the Israelis initiated their attack on the Palestinians right around the time of the so-called Arab holy day, Ramadan, the Muslim holy day, Ramadan, in which there's nothing really holy about it, and there's nothing holy about Islam, you know? And there's nothing holy about you so-called Arabs, you Ishmaelites, man. But I'm using this as a quick example of this how this devil roll. He did this to us. He did this to us back in the time of the Maccabees, man. You know, on the Antiochus Epiphanes, he did that same thing to us. When I say us, I'm talking about the children of the Israelites, man, the Israelite people, the lost tribes. When he did that to us, he always attacked on our Sabbath days, man. When he know we were at rest and that we don't supposed to fight on our Sabbath days, we don't supposed to work, you know. We supposed to be just chilling, man, serving the Lord. You know, it's supposed to be a day of rest. But he used that and basically used that as our weakness, which he perceived as our weakness, which his ass got judged for that. Esau got judged for that, and he gonna further get judged for that too, because he used these same type of antics to this day. These same tactics, man. So let me hit this Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 real quick. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. There's no new thing under the sun, man. Esau did this throughout history, man. You know? Esau loved to go for the weak. So he saw us as weak on our Sabbath days. He saw us at our weakest point on our Sabbath day. At least that's what the devil perceived. So he did the same thing to Ishmael. Like I said, Ishmael don't matter to the Most High, though. We don't care about Ishmael. You know, Ishmael gonna be fighting you regardless, man. But mainly these Ishmaelites hate the so-called Jew, the Israelis, because they know the Israelis are not the real Israelites. They know that those people don't belong there. Those Jewish people, they don't belong in that land, man. You know? And it's in prophecy that the Ishmaelite is a wild man and his hand gonna be against. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm gonna play this video real quick. Let me get that. Genesis 16 and 16. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child and shall bear a son. And this is speaking of Hagar. And Salaki, give me a second. Okay, Hagar, which was Sarah's maid and Abraham's concubine. Read this. He said, and the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child and shall bear a son and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord had heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man against him, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Exactly. So Ishmael, a wild man regardless. That's in his spirit. The Most High put that in his spirit, man. Ishmael, he had heard of God. He had heard of the power. So that's why Ishmael got a zeal, because he heard of the power, man. Affliction heard. You know, that's why Ishmael got that little zeal, but the Most High ain't dealing with Ishmael. You know, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this video.
Palestinians celebrated as police barriers came down outside Jerusalem's Damascus Gate Sunday night, allowing them access to a square that's a popular meeting place during the holy month of Ramadan. Thousands filled the East Jerusalem plaza, many waving Palestinian flags. Scuffles broke out, however, as Israeli police waded into the crowd to confiscate the flags. Clashes in the holy city followed the start of Ramadan nearly 2 weeks ago. Youth protesters threw stones at police in riot gear, who tried to disperse them using horses and foul-smelling water. Anger spilled into the occupied West Bank over the Israeli police decision to prevent crowds from gathering outside of the historic Damascus Gate. Israeli Arab lawmaker Ahmad Tibi said blocking the site was wrong.
The one who took the decision to close it was mistaken. The decision to reopen is right. Now they stop aggression against Palestinians.
Violence peaked last week when Palestinian medics said 100 people were injured as Israeli police arrested more than 50 protesters. Hundreds of ultra-nationalist Israelis marched through Jerusalem, chanting "Death to Arabs," and rockets were fired from Gaza into Israel. Clashes subsided over the weekend, and the barriers were taken down after international appeals for calm.
Yeah, as you see, Esau loves to attack you while you're so-called serving God, which the Muslim God is a false God. Allah is a false God. We call the Most High by us here in the truth call the Most High by his real name, Yahweh, the God of the Israelites. But this is just a quick example and a similitude and a quick comparison, man, because Esau did this to us in the time of the Maccabees. This is 1 Maccabees 2:22. And this was in the time of Antiochus Epiphanes when he sacked Israel. Let's see, it's 1 Maccabees 2:22. It says, hold on. Okay, we will not hearken to the king's word. Who was the king? Antiochus Epiphanes at this time. To go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. We will not hearken to this wicked king's word. To go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice unto altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. So you had a nigga basically trying to go according to what Antiochus Epiphanes commanded and try to sacrifice an abomination up on the altar, man. And let's see what happened. And which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. He was slain by Mattathias, man, a righteous Israelite man. And it says, also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Also the king's commissioner who he compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. And thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, for the law of Yahweh, like as Phinehas did unto Zimri, the son of Salem. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that they had in the city. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there, but they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because afflictions increased so upon them. Now when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places in the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. So that's the devil right there. He don't want you to follow the Most High's commandments. He wants you to follow what he commanded. He wants you to follow his law, which his law is basically breaking the Most High's laws. So he wants you to revolt against your creator, your maker, your king. For you can be destroyed and you can be subject to his wicked ass. For you to be subject to Esau Edom's wicked ass, man. So I'm gonna continue on. Okay, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do a... Hold on, I'm going to go back. Slocky. It's early in the morning, my bad, man. Slocky. It's a quick lesson. It says, 31. Now, when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were going down into the secret places in the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. On the Sabbath day. Constantly tried to attack us on the Sabbath day. A day when he know damn well we aren't supposed to lift up sword. So that's how this devil was moving, man. And you see why the birthright and the blessings went to Jacob, man. Because he saw a demon. He's the wicked. He doesn't care for the Most High at all. So I'm going to continue on. And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live. But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. For then they gave them the battle with all speed. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid. But said, let us die in all our innocency. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully. For they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle to the number of 1,000 people. 1,000 people died because they rather keep the Lord's law, his Sabbath, kept it holy. They rather do that than to shed blood with these devils, man, and be scrapping with these devils. So basically, they went out as martyrs. A martyr is basically a person who died for what they believed in. But the only true martyrs are the true believers in Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach. The ones who suffered and died for their belief, and the ones who will suffer and die for their belief in Yahweh Shah. Because what they believe in is true. Allah, the Muslim guy Allah, is not true. So you a martyr for nothing if you one of them Arabs that blew yourself up to kill some of these devils, man. These what I'm reading about right now, these are true martyrs. These are true martyrs. So I'm going to continue on. And 1,000 of them died too. 39, when Mattathias and his friends understood her, they mourned for them right sore. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth. At that time, wherefore they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him, neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places. Exactly. So I'm stopping right there. I ain't gonna get into the whole thing. It's pretty good to get in. I'm just showing you how this Edomite operate, man. I'm showing you how this Edomite operate, man. And you can be righteous and dying as a martyr on the Sabbath day. Like they gave you an example of 1,000 men, women, and children that died right here on the Sabbath day for not wanting to fight against this devil and want to keep the Lord's Sabbath holy. Or you can be righteous and fight back, because that's righteous also to fight back. You can't be over righteous, You got to protect yourself. Like he said, if we don't fight them back, we're gonna be rooted out of this earth. Sometimes you gotta, compromise on the Sabbath day, But long as your heart is in the right place and what you're doing, You know, then hey, the Most High have mercy on you, just like us today here in these times. We up under the rule of Esau. And guess what? We got to work on the Sabbath days. Sometimes you slip up and might do other things unlawful on the Sabbath day. You know, but we still got to keep it with the best of our capabilities, you know. But sometimes you got to break it, you know. Sometimes you just got to use that grace the Most High gave us, man. You know. But you're still supposed to keep it with the best of your capability, man, if you can. But I was just doing that quick lesson, man. That's how these devils operate, man. They attack Ishmael on his Ramadan. Hey, you know what? Let me get a quick script. Hold on. This is Psalms 30. See where we at. 36 and 1. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. Exactly. There's no fear of the Most High before Esau's eyes, man. There's no fear. Like right now, what are they doing? They're gearing up to fight against the Most High. They're gearing up to fight against our Savior, Yahweh Shah. That's how they're going to fight against the Most High. They're going to fight Yahweh Shah. In that war in heaven, which that's a future prophecy, in which Yahweh Shah is going to come with his host of angels and chariots to make war with these devils, man. This devil and his technology, his aircrafts, his satellites, his fighter jets, and this other technology he got out there, man. But it's going to be easily won war, man, you know. But that's in prophecy, you know. So there's no fear of the Most High, man, with this devil. He think he's greater and above the Most High. The Most High put that pride in that devil, man. You know. But that's in prophecy. But I just want to do that quick lesson. All praises to y'all. Shalom to the whole free elect. Kwam Yashala, a Bible ball.